It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
Ready.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Lance on the bootleg.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take long. Quickly 8-zip. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Lance and company going on fourth down.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson on the move to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Jackson running again. A pitch comes to Dobbins.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll go option to the short side, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, 49ers.
Trey Lance.
55 yards.
And the Niners are back within a couple of the lead.
Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. These two teams all tied after 1. So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have a Ravens first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
They go play action with Jackson. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa. What a sensational effort. That's going to be a loss of 20.
Now, this is not a common sight where he runs to the open field and doesn't get away. This time, brought down for a big sack. As we said, normally, he gets outside the pocket and runs for nice yardage. Here, the exact opposite. They get him down for a double-digit loss.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, if you have this defense on your fantasy football team, you are loving this right now. Their second touchdown. We're only in the first half. Remember, they had the fumble return for 6 earlier, Charles, and here the INT return.
Yeah, and we're still in the first half of this game. This group, they've been awfully quick to capitalize on mistakes made by the offense, and that one they take to the house as well. Be careful with the football with them. They turn it around on you quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. That's the game of play. It's 3rd and 7.
On third down, Jackson.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson now. Flushed out right.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. And Jackson going to run again.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Out to his left. Got his target, Samuel. Touchdown!
Trey Lance finding Deebo Samuel. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Here we go. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
First down, San Francisco.